Okay, is my screen is visible? Hello, kindly reply. Okay, okay. Here I am creating a simple file which is to do. Over here I am creating a new file which is to do.html. Does anybody know what is the to do application? Does anybody know have an idea regarding to do application? Hello. Does anybody have any idea regarding to do application? To do application is nothing but a simple task reminding platform where you can add your task, and then if you complete that particular task you can strike out. Okay, or you can make a grocery list. You can list out all the items in that particular to do application. When you visit a supermarket, you can, if you buy something, you can strike out that particular product. Okay, a simple listing platform. Okay, where you can list all your needs, and then after buying that particular you can strike out. Like that particular format you can utilize that to do application. Okay, we are going to make that particular to do application as of now. In that particular to do application we will be having a input field where you can type something, and then we will be having a add task button, and then in the below you'll be having some area where we'll be showcasing all the items which you have added. Okay, you will be having a three fields like a input field, and then a submit button, and then we'll be showing all the tasks below that particular input field. Okay, so let us create a basic structure. I'll be creating a basic structure as of now. I'll be making application name as to do application, and then in the body section I'll be making a h2 tag. In that particular h2 tag I will be mentioning the platform name as to do app. Below, as I have said, we'll be having three maximum three variables, like we'll be using three parameters. The first one will be using a input field, input type as text, and then as I said we'll be having a button. The button will be add button, and then finally we'll be showcasing all your task in list format. So I will be using unordered list. Okay, is this clear? Just I have utilized three elements. First one is input field, then a button, and then UL for showing all your list elements. Okay, is this clear? Now I'll be assigning some IDs to the particular buttons. As when I enter something, when the user clicks on this particular add button, it should be appended to this particular list. So for this particular thing, in the JavaScript doesn't directly understand. With the help of IDs or classes, it will understand. So I will be using some IDs. ID, for this particular ID, I will be making ID as task, and then this is UL. Over here we'll be showcasing all their list elements. So for this I will be making a ID as list. Okay, and then for the button I'll be creating a on click function. As yesterday or day before we have discussed about events in JavaScript. Today we are using on click event. When the user clicks on this particular add button, we'll be calling a simple add function. Okay, this is clear. Just I have utilized IDs. For the input field I just mentioned a ID as task. For the UL I just mentioned ID as list. Okay, does anybody have any doubts regarding this? Now as we see, we have a add function. For this we need to write a JavaScript. So let me write script. Here I will be writing the script. We have a function. So the function is add function. Add. When the user clicks this particular add, the function will call. Let us have a check whether the function works or not. To check this particular function, I will be using alert of button clicked. I will be saving this particular file, and then just I will be opening. This is clear. This is the input field which we have built. Simple a title and then a input field, then an add button. When the user clicks on this particular add button, it will automatically triggers the add function. This is clear. Just it is triggering the add functionality. So my script is working. When the user clicks on this particular add button, it is triggering the particular add function. Okay, now let us write the code. Instead of alert, I'll be removing this particular thing. We need whatever the user enters in the input field, that should be triggered, should be appended to this particular list. So I'll be making a variable var. For the var, I'll be making a input equals to document dot get element by id. Document dot get element by id. Just I am getting the input whichever from the input field with the help of id. Just I have assigned this particular input field as task, id as task. So I'll be calling this particular task over here. Okay, then a semicolon. By this particular line, we'll be getting the input from the input field. Okay, whatever the input that has been typed in the input field, that will be appended to this particular input variable. Okay, if you have any doubts, I will be printing console.log of input. Okay, let me show you. In the console, you can able to see whatever I type. Just I have type my name, and then when I click add, in the messages you can able to see. Okay, just a second. Okay, Before that, let me show you from the input. Just we have to get the input. So I will be using var text equals to, from the input I will be getting the value. Just we have to get the value. Just I want to get the value. Now I'll be refreshing the page. Then I'll be typing my name. Then when I click add in the console, I'll be getting the text. I think I have removed the console dot log of text. Now I can able to get the input. Whatever the input I type in the input field, when I click add, I'll be getting the input in the console. As you can able to see over here, whatever I type and then click add, I'll be getting the input in the console. This is clear. Just I have appended this particular input ID to this particular line. Now from all the input, just I am getting the value. From the input field, I just want this particular value. So by this particular line, I'll be getting the value from the input field. Okay, now I have printed the text. This is clear. Till now, anybody have any doubts? From the input field, I am getting the whatever the text that has inputted in the input field, I'll be getting with the help of this particular ID. Then from the input field, I'll be getting only value. Is this clear? Now we will be writing a simple logic like whether checking whether the input field having some value or not. How to check in the sense, just I will be making a if condition over here. Just if text, I am checking text equals to if empty. If the text is empty, I'll be making return. Just empty return. It doesn't write anything. Just an empty return. Okay. Else it will move into the else condition. Okay. What the return do in the sense, when you click without anything, if you click add, it doesn't do nothing. Okay. It will do nothing. When you type something, it will automatically go into the else condition. Over here I'll be making a var just li. I'll be creating a list. Just I have mentioned ul over here. Now I have to create a list for this particular ul element. So over here I am creating a li. Just we have to create a element. So I'm just using document dot create element. Create element of li. Just I am creating a li element. By this particular line, it will be creating a list tag like this particular. It will be creating a list like this particular format. Okay. By this particular line, it will be creating a list like this empty list. Now we have to append values to the list. So below we'll be appending some values. Li dot inner text. With the help of inner text, we will be inserting some value to the text. Okay. By this particular line, it will be making some value to the li like this particular format. Okay. By this particular single line, it will be creating a list element li open tag and close tag, and then below li inner text equals to text, in the sense it will be making whatever the input you have entered in the input field, it will be assigned over here like this in this particular format. Okay, is this clear? Does anybody have any doubts regarding this? Now we'll be making appending the list element to the ul. Get element by id of list. We have to append this particular list to the ul. Over here I have used a list as the id, so I will be using this particular list to the list, I will be appending the list element. So I will be using append child function. Append child of, we have variable like li. So I will be appending the variable li. Okay, after appending, okay, till now we have completed the JavaScript. Let us check with this particular thing whether it works or not. Okay, I'll be making my name as the input field, and then when I click add, you can able to see the li element has been created. Okay, when I click something, and then when I click add, the list element has been adding at the bottom. Okay, now as you notice, like just I have typed something, when I click add, you can able to see the element, the text which I have typed is by default the previous value is staying over there. Just by clicking on the add button, the list element should be added, the previous value should be removed. So for that particular thing, just I will be writing a simple line like input dot value equals to empty. Just I am making the input value to empty after submit. Let us check. Just I am refreshing the page. Then again I will be typing something. When I click add, you can able to see the input field becomes empty after clicking enter. Okay, this is clear. In this particular list element, when you type something, when you click add, the list element will be added over here. In this, the same, when I click on this particular list element, the element should be marked as completed. So I will be using something over here. Over here, I will be making li dot on click. When I click on the particular function, I will be making a simple function. The function will make the li dot class list dot toggle done. Okay, by this particular thing, when I click on the particular list element, it will toggle something. Just we have making, when I click on the particular text, it will be applying some class to the list element. You can able to see, you can able to notice, like here we're getting a empty class. Just we're getting a empty class. Okay, let me show you. Just I am creating a list element with my name. When I click add, you can able to see for the list element there is no class. As you can able to notice, there is no class for the list element. When I click on the particular text, you can able to see class equals to done as the class. It has been appending a class like class equals to done when I click on the particular element. Okay, when I again click, the class getting removed. When I click again, it will be getting a class like done. This is clear. With this particular two lines of code, we'll be getting a class done to be additionally added to the list element. Okay, now we'll be writing styles. When the class done has been appended to the particular list element, we'll be making this element to be striked. Okay, let us apply some styles to the website so it looks more impressive format. For this, I'll be making a div. For this div, I'll be making a class. To do box. I'll be making all this inside the div. I just inserted all this inside the div. For this input field, we'll be making a placeholder. Enter task as the placeholder. For this, we'll be getting like this particular interface. Enter task as the placeholder. When you type something, it will get escape. Now let us write some styles over here in the head section. I'll be making style tag. For the style tag, here we have body section. For the body section, let us write style first of all. For the body, just I will be making background color. Background as some white color. And then I'll be using some font family. Arial. Now you can notice some changes, like the font has been changed and then the background color somewhat changed. Let me show you the background color has changed or not. Just I have utilized blue color. When I refresh, you can able to see we have applied some background color to the body section, and then I have changed the font. And then we have h2 tag and then a to-do box. First of all, let us write the CSS to the to-do box. For the to-do box, I'll be making a card. I'll be making some width as 350 px, and then background color as white, padding as 20 px. Let us check. Just I have created a white box with white background and then applied a padding to the particular task, and then we'll be aligning this particular to the I'll be applying some margin so it looks center. Margin as 100 px, auto, and then I'll be applying some shadow to the box shadow as 0, 10 px, 25 px, RGBA color, and then I'll be applying some shadow. With this, I'll be getting my box looks like this particular format. Then I have applied some shadow with the particular white background. You can notice you can able to see some background color. Now we have heading h2 tag, so let us apply some styles to the h2 tag. h2, for the h2 I'll be making the text to be center, and then margin bottom to be 15 px. Why I'm applying margin bottom in the sense, here you can able to see we want some space in between the to do task and the input field, so I applied some margin bottom. Then we have input field to be centered. Let us make that to centered. Then we have input field. Let us make input. For the input field, we'll be using attributes attribute selector. For the input, I'll be making some width, 70% width, and then padding to the input field, then border 1 px, solid black. You can able to see for the input field I have applied some padding so that it looks some big input field, and then a background some light color. You can notice some changes. Then we have button, so let us make styles to the button. For the button, just I will making padding. Border as none, just I am removing the border. Then background color to the button to be some blue color, and then make the color to white. Let us check we have done with everything. We have this particular to do application, just a heading, then an input field, then an add button. Even you can notice when I hover on this particular add button, my mouse cursor shows like an arrow mark. Let us convert to the pointer. I'll be making cursor as pointer. When I make cursor as pointer, when I hover on the particular add button, I can able to get my clickable format. We have done with this particular thing. Then we have list elements. As you can able to see, we have list elements over here. For the UL, let us write style. For the UL, I'll be making list style as none. Just I'm removing everything and padding 0. Then margin top 15 px. Inside UL, we have list element. As you can able to see, it is creating a list. So for the list, let us write style. For the list, I'll be applying some background color as pink or something. Just I'm applying background instead of background color. Then padding. Margin bottom. I'll be applying some border radius to make the list element to be rounded, and then cursor as pointer. Okay, we have done with that. When I type something and click add, you can able to see when I click add, I will be getting a list element like this particular format. When I click, just you can notice when I click on the list element, it is creating a class like class equals to done. Let us write for the done. For the done, over here I will be making green color for pending task, and then for the done, I will be making texture decoration as line through, then color as red. Let us check. I'll be making some task. I have created two tasks. When I click on Akram, you can able to see the text has been getting strike. Again, when I click, I'm getting same thing. This is clear. This is like a check mark, like a to-do application where you can add all the list elements over here. Then you can add whatever the elements, and then if you buy, then you can check that particular element as completed. Just I will be making the background color to red after complete. Okay, is this clear about this to-do application? Can I explain one more time? Does anybody have any doubts regarding this particular to-do application? Hello, kindly reply. Hello guys, kindly reply. Is this clear? Does anybody have any doubts? Is there someone in the class? Is this clear about this to-do application? Just we'll be having an input field. When we add something and then click add, it will automatically trigger over here. Let us make this more. When empty, I'll be making a alert saying enter something to add. A simple alert message. When you nothing entered, then when you click add, you'll be saying enter something to add. If you have any doubts, you can raise now. I'll be sharing the code in the WhatsApp group. Just go through once. If you have any doubts, you can raise. I will explain one more time. Just I have utilized a simple function for this particular code. Let me show you in simple way. Just over here, just I have created three elements. One is input field, then a button, then an UL element. For this particular three elements, I have created IDs. For this particular input field, I have created ID like task. For the UL element, I have created ID as list. Then for the button, I have created an event like on-click event with a add function. When the user clicks on this particular add function, it will automatically trigger this particular add function. Over in this particular add function, I have created a simple variable called input. For the input, I'll be getting the value from the input field. With the help of document.getElement by ID, with the help of ID, I'll be getting the input element and assign to the input field. From the input, I'm getting only the value. So I'll be getting the value and assign to the text variable. Just over here, I'm making a message like if the text is empty, I'll be making alert enter something to add, else it will automatically go to the particular below conditions. Over here, I'll be creating a list element. In between this particular UL, we want list element like this. So for this particular thing, just I am creating list elements. By this particular line, it will automatically create a list element. So inside this particular list element, we want something in order to show. With this particular list, we cannot show something. With this particular list, we want something in between that particular list element. So whatever the text with which we gather from the input field will have assigned to the text variable. So I will be making the li element text as whatever the text we get, I am assigning the text to the particular list element. Okay, this particular lines are for the making the particular task completed or not. When you click on the particular task, it will automatically add a class and then class as done to the list element. And then below line is it will automatically append the list element over here. It will make the list element appears here, and then I will be creating the input field. Is this clear? Anybody have any doubts? Okay, we'll wind up the session, and then by tomorrow we'll be making a simple calculator with the help of same functions. Okay, just I will be sharing the code in the WhatsApp group. Just go through once. If you have any doubts, you can raise by tomorrow session. Okay, thank you.